Hello, I'm Dr. Beth Godey.
And I'm Dr. Martha Leatherman. I'm a geriatric specialist in psychiatry.
And I'm a neuropsychologist, and I specialize in aging.
We're experts in dementia care, and we're here to provide you some information and answer some questions that we hear very commonly about dementia and other issues in aging. Hi, we're here to talk today about scams. And I know we've talked about elder abuse and exploitation before, but there's a particular kind of thing that goes on against the elderly, and especially people who are just starting to exhibit some behavior and judgment problems that can be very subtle and devastating to their finances and financial security until it's discovered. And these are various kinds of scams. And most commonly what I have seen, and sadly I've seen a lot of this, is people who get multiple sweepstakes offers in the mail. And you are guaranteed to win $2 million and a car if you will send in $25. And that $25 goes up and up and up. So I have seen elders who have been scammed upwards of $500,000 before their families realize what's going on. And as I've thought about it, there's sort of a vulnerable period before the elder looks impaired, before you start seeing any kind of real memory problems or behavioral problems. But there's just enough diminishment in insight and judgment that they are very vulnerable to these scam artists. And let me tell you, the scam artists are good. They're clever. If they could put their energy and knowledge about the aging brain to some useful purpose, we would all be a lot better off, because they understand the aging adult very well.
They really do. And what's difficult for families is that if the elder has already been contributing to specific charities over the years, or they are considered, what I hear from families, they've always been very generous and wanting to help other people. And sometimes when there were emergencies at church, they could depend on Dad to come through. So there may be that behavior already, but then when the frontal lobes are not working so well, the ability to judge what is a genuine kind of charity, a genuine need, is less. And so families don't pay attention to a lot of the charities or the things that their loved one can participate in until it's way too late.
And you really need to get law enforcement involved as soon as you suspect anything. Now, all of this is very distressing and frightening, and I can tell you when families are involved with it, it is horrific. What are some of the things you can watch for? Because what I'm telling you is that these people look pretty much intact. The elder looks quite intact.
Right.
And usually something has started happening financially before the family can catch on.
And you can't just ask them, Mom, you wouldn't give your social security number to anybody, or you wouldn't just give money to somebody you don't really know. And they'll always say the right thing. Oh my gosh, no, I'd never do that. It's the judgment. Remember that they may have been befriended or threatened and embarrassed and fearful by the threat, and those are the kind of things that you have
Or
to
they
worry
see
about.
these lottery and sweepstake things in very official looking envelopes, so they think it's safe.
Sure.
You need to watch out for a parent, a family member who has never gambled, who's never played the lottery, who's never sent in a sweepstakes, all of a sudden interested in the mail. That's an important clue that you need to look at things. You need to look for a family member or an elder who is secretive about their mail and changes in their level of trust for you with financial situations. That's another tip off. New friends. Be careful of new friends.
Yes, particularly if they're the very much younger or not the type of person that your elder loved one would have liked to be around, or perhaps they've met them in a place that is not typical of where they usually go, and lots of different red flags.
Other early warning signs that I have seen in people, and this is in retrospect, but maybe if I tell you now, you'll see it early, is that before the money started leaving, before they started making bad judgments with money, there were other behavioral changes. They might not go to dinner with friends as often. They weren't as interested in doing things. So some early frontal lobe signs, a little bit of apathy, a little bit of withdrawal, sort of tends to precede the bad judgment actions that happen. So if you see those things, pay a little more attention to your loved one's finances, and again, call the authorities if you suspect something. Earlier better than later. For more answers to questions like these, our book, The Insider's Guide to Dementia Care, is available at Amazon.com.